Okay, everybody, here's a few comments on 5.1 and 5.2. I had some people ask me about arc length and sector area. Well, there's the key idea right there. These are part of a circle, okay? Part of a circle. Arc length is part of the circumference. Sector area is part of the area. Notice the part for these, highlighted in the yellow, is the measure of arc AB over 360. That tells you the portion of the circle that you're interested in. And then you're taking, for arc length, part of the circumference, for sector area, part of the area. So again, in the yellow, that's your portion. In the blue or the green, that's what you're taking the part of. I recommend using full equations for these too. So remember, you've got these. Arc length is the measure of arc AB over 360 times 2 pi r, or you could also use pi diameter there. Sector area is the part of the area. Notice pi r squared. That's our formula for area right there of a circle. Now, you're also given these proportions. You don't have to use these. You can. I generally use these when I'm given arc length and asked to find something else, or given sector area, asked to find something else. Notice this right here. Yeah, there it is. That is your circle area. Sometimes they ask for circle area. You just put the variable in there. 2 pi r is your circumference. You can put the circumference in there. So I did 11.1, number 9 here, and I'll post these online so you can see. There's our circle. 76 degrees is our central angle, so that's also the arc measure. The arc length is 7.5 meters. Remember, arc length, arc measure are two different things. Arc measure is degrees. Arc length is whatever the units is. So since they gave me the arc length, I'm using that fraction formula or proportion. Arc length over 2 pi r equals the measure of AB over 360, though we're doing FG, not AB here. So that's 7.5 over the circumference of circle C. I took out the 2 pi r because that circumference, that's what they're asking me for, equals 76 over 360. I cross multiply and then I solve it. Okay. Over here, 11.2, number page 607, number 18. They're asking for the blue and the red sectors. I found the blue sector here for you. So the measure of arc, that should be DGE. Darn it, keep finding mistakes here. That should be DGE times pi r squared over 360. DGE is the long way around, 360 minus 75 or 285. Radius is 4 feet squared. Put that in, get 16 pi feet squared. Multiply it out, it's about 39.79 feet squared on that. I also had some questions down here about radians, degrees to radians. The key to this one is canceling. And I forgot to write out my second problem. That's going to be 4 pi, yeah, right much, 4 pi over 3 radians to degrees. We'll do that one in a second. Okay, so on this one, these are numbers 8 and 9 on page 597. These are practice problems in the book. I may have put them in the notes. I've got degrees. I want to get radians left, so I need to cancel out the degrees. So since I have degrees here, I make sure degrees is in the bottom, and I forgot to mention this earlier. We multiply by pi radians over 180 degrees or 180 degrees over pi radians. How do I decide which one? That's what I was just starting to say. Degrees in the numerator. I want to cancel it out, so I have to have degrees in the denominator. Means radians are in the top. You got to leave these in fractions, so this is going to reduce. I'm going to reduce it by 3. That's going to go to 5 and 60. And that'll go to 1 and 12. So I get really ugly pi. I get pi over 12 radians there, and that's how we leave our answer, okay? So this one I want to go radians to degrees, so I got 4 pi over 3 radians. What do I multiply it by? Well, I want to cancel out the radians. I want to leave the degrees, so I need to have pi radians down here and 180 degrees up here. The radians cancel out. The pi's cancel out. 3 and 180 reduced to 1 and 60. I got 4 times 60. That's going to be 240 degrees. Okay, check my answers. Those both look good. Hope that helps a little bit. This takes forever to upload. Aloha.